Witam wszystkich serdecznie, pozdrawiam Kałach Live. Jeżeli ktoś ogląda, może lajka zostawić, a my udajemy się do Różyczki z książką, a później na misję Incognito. Mam nadzieję, że mnie Róża odpowiednio przyjmie, no mam nadzieję, że no powinno być fajnie, tak? Cześć Róża.
By the way, like you were saying about that book,
My favourite book? Pray tell, did you find it?
as I wandered through the fortress, I stumbled upon von Burgov's chambers, and there it lay. Red leather, gold inlay, just as you said.
You really found it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, did you have any time to leaf through it and see what it's about?
I read a bit of it.
What did you think?
No, charyzma, idziemy tu.
The author doesn't spare anyone. I wonder if he holds anything at all sacred.
Sure he does. Courage, honour, loyalty. But others have already written enough about those. A writer is interested in what lies beneath the gilded veneer of orderliness and piety, because it's much more interesting.
Hold on. Who wrote this then?
I did. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know?
No nie wiem, Henryk to chyba ledwo pisze tak w sumie. Takie mam wrażenie.
That's a tempting notion. Who knows? In another life, I might have become a writer.
Wouldn't you want to at least give it a try?
I suppose I'm not quite sure where you're going with this.
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it together.
Oho,
You and me.
pewnie.
Sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers. Will you escort me?
My pleasure.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have
Okay.
many ideas, but we must contribute in equal part.
Both? Well, fine. What should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. A tale of a man or a woman? I'll take careful notes of everything.
Well, being a man myself, a man, I suppose.
Why not?
You mean I have to think up a name?
You don't need to, but try to describe him so I can better imagine him.
There've already been enough heroes, saints, kings, and martyrs. So an ordinary person.
That's 2 words, but I'll forgive you. And do you want it to be an ordinary villain or an ordinary do-gooder?
Make him a do-gooder. But he can also have some bad traits to make it believable.
Very well.
What if he were a bit of a womanizer? But a decent fella otherwise.
And that strikes you as an excusable bad trait. I will engage in no such defense.
That sounds as if you've already thought of one.
Oh, my. And not just one. But I asked first.
Yeah. Anyone's faults are easy to find.
Especially when that person doesn't even try to hide them.
And what's wrong with that? Would you prefer for people to pretend to be better than they are?
No. But putting your bad habits on display for all to see isn't great either.
Do you know anyone without faults?
Of course not. Whenever I thought that of someone, I was quickly disabused of my illusions.
Who, for example?
I don't need to look far. My father, and my brother as well, have taught me much in this vein.
What actually happened between them?
Nie wiem o co chodzi.
I heard they had a
Kimci
falling
Rimci już
out.
nie będzie?
Benson
Serio?
was a hothead. He kept urging father not to put up with insults, and father explained to him in vain. Actually,
Dobra, mnie ta historia nie interesuje.
Tell me more.
father, the love he does
All right.
want, but it's.
Tell me.
I had you said not today.
Was he the one who taught you how to shoot a crossbow?
Przez kobieciarza, aha.
And could
Now, if they're back,
he could?
sure, why not? But in the end, I like those stories best anyway.
Okej.
Well, just about finished.
Well, let's have a look.
Not yet. Something's missing.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but I think I can handle a sketch, especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what on earth do I have to do?
Have you ever seen a heron? Imitate one.
A heron?
Co jest?
Well,
Finally. I'm sore all over.
your suffering is over. Go on, read it. I want to hear what you think of it. So what about that story about...
I haven't read it yet.
Well, go make a mess.
Jak to nie przeczytałeś?
So what about that...
That's nice. A bit didactic, but not to the point of boring moral bludgeoning. Sermons for ordinary people work in a similar way. They entertain and encourage, with a few lessons added in between.
You see, when I lead mass one of these days, I'll certainly think of you. And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job, it's not bad, right?
Oh, it's pretty, really. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I know I'm no master illuminator, but otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied. And thank you for the help. I really enjoyed it.
Well. And for that matter, you're an interesting girl, and I'd like to get to know you a little better.
No beating around the bush. Please do stop by sometime. Perhaps I can show you my collection of hunting...
Mogłeś Różu kończyć książkę. Czyli nie było Cimci Rimci? Czyli tutaj nie ma Cimci Rimci z Różą. Aha, no dobra, czyli ją trzeba odwiedzać. Dobra, czyli ją trzeba odwiedzać, tu nie ma Cimci Rimci. Do Rimci jeszcze długa droga, aha.
If you ask
Very well then.
that or but I will... So,
Maybe in...
Dobra, to ja myślałem, że to trzeba teraz. Ja myślałem, że to od razu jest Cimci Rimci, a to ją trzeba po prostu odwiedzać i tak dalej. No dobra, luzik. Git.
I'm sorry.
Dobra, to co ja mam teraz zrobić, panowie? Udajemy się do ministra, jak się dostać do Rady Miejskiej. Musimy lecieć. Trzeba wykonywać dalej zadania, nie? Zaszantażuję tego typa i będzie git. Tutaj? Ej, jeszcze naokoło. Ej, tutaj jest dużo uliczek w tym Kutenbergu, ale powiem wam serio, nawet nie ma jakichś alejek czy coś. Nudna jest to misja, dużo gadania będzie. No jak będę jako szpieg, no to wiesz, to chyba logiczne, nie? Że będzie dużo gadania. Trudno, wiesz, żeby to była misja szpiegowska i żeby Henryk armatą drzwi wypierdzielił, nie? No, jak ma działać incognito. Siema.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to...
Hold your horses. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again.
Call it what you like.
The Assembly.
Dobra.
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king.
Don't try that on me. And tell the truth.
I want to know what Sigismund tells the council.
You want to spy? Do you forget it?
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel?
All right, all right. Maybe we can make it. If I get you into the council, You'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, and that will be the end of our business.
All right.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. Mike is roughly around your age, although not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost, that is, if he's up
At the what?
that German
Who?
Fran, which other
What?
far do you
Well,
what would you just
Powiem wam szczerze, że dialogi mnie zaczynają w tej grze strasznie nudzić i przygnębiać. W sensie... Za dużo jest paplaniny, nie? Takiego pierdzielenia. Nawet mi się ich nie chce, wiesz co, do końca wysłuchiwać. Tych dialogów.
You silly donkey. Quality goods, the finest wares. We've got enough to go around. And this...
Here they.
greeting.
Surely he. No.
You must be Frank. I'm here.
Look at them. Why would?
I haven't.
To begin, look at. Of course. All right. Show the.
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. Here it is. The main.
Thanks.
You.
Dobra, czapki królewskiego jakiegoś pachoła. Muszę to zdjąć, widzę. Muszę go ubrać w te jakieś pachołki, nie? Dobra. Zgłoś się do służby.
Fran took. He got his right.
Sir, have you got
Sure.
You've got a tune. It's a good thing. Everything has. Do you know what for an
Well,
I should now ensure, but when you'll find white, but for when we
All right.
and it
tis
correct and in
Huh?
well understood. Absolutely correct. But you
Dobra,
I know everything I need to.
excellent. Put away your.
jesteśmy na Radzie Miejskiej, dostaliśmy się tam, nie?
There are the pictures of wine.
Our current
You
Waffen
won't splash anyone's shoes.
And on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any workers in the domain?
What are you getting at,
I
Elris?
apologise, sir.
I'm saying that
Which
the
one?
bandits who
Tokai.
freed Hinnik,
That's
the
the
Dry
word.
Devil, used that thing.
Dobrą się chce
That
białego.
Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them. Since you're a gunsmith.
A gdzie jest
What are you
ten,
implying,
nie?
Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande
Thank you,
when
Richard.
outlaws have better weapons
Tak,
than
gdzie jest
the city
Zygmunt?
garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region.
Ty, nie ma
We
jeszcze
have
króla,
the
ciekawe.
army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves
Waiter,
with
get
a
me
few
white.
rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Hey, where's
Shut
my
up.
white? The king can arrive at any moment. What if he
Well, thank the Lord.
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with
fancy
the
some
Yemeni
Tokai,
state
refill,
of
boy.
our armory. And the king
Tokaj to jest białe, tak?
as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes.
The king fears that
I
this
apologize,
town will
sir.
rise against him.
Which wine?
He'll
Are
take
you
the arming of
colorblind?
the city's militia
Right.
as preparation for war.
Sir?
So you suggest
Czemu wszyscy piją białe wino?
arms crossed for the Hauptritter?
Czerwone nie jest lepsze?
Havoc all around.
We can always ask the king.
Ale przecież Henryk by mógł teraz na przykład truciznę podłożyć Zygmuntowi i go dednąć. I by się gra skończyła.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about
Białe
the
lepsze?
matter.
Ja wolę
Maybe
czerwone.
we can change his mind. Vielleicht.
Wino.
I'd like to report to the Honourable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public
W
baths.
białym widać truciznę, w czerwonym nie.
Brothels.
O, no nie wiem.
Isn't it the same thing?
A jak to przecież ty nie pijesz? No ja nie piję.
So the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be.
Hey,
The current
youngster,
baths in the city
some
fall
red.
far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hubbrink. I want to repair the baths that used to be there.
She's a protege of mine.
That's the way.
Her efforts are commendable, but I don't think she will succeed.
To szczerze, że on coś
Takes a
odpierdzieli
firm
ten byt,
hand,
nie?
of soft feminine fingers.
More wine,
Master Bailiff. Complaining there weren't enough baths.
Come closer.
Shouldn't we support her?
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people, like my...
I need something from you. There is an item in my study. She thought a silver goblet. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll go and get it.
Certainly. And they can...
I can't.
You're supposed to do what you're...
There, a man can shave and take a...
Lubię on twój kielich,
you know
chłopie.
what.
Zostaję tu i czekam na tego, na króla.
Baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died
Waiter,
needlessly.
pour me red wine.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important. But we don't have money this way. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of
Gdzie ten król jest do cholery?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's
I
not
fancy some Tokai.
That old
Refill,
weasel
boy.
will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Warwick, what have you got to say about it?
me. Well, I'm not
Ty, no ja chodzę i leję wino.
Horseshit!
Boy,
You know full
monastery
well.
wine.
Everybody knows. He wiped the floor with you.
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking. The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me?
Thank you, waiter.
Compose myself. Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you... Ruhe! Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident.
To jest za gówniane
You were
przedłużenie
there,
questa?
weren't
No
you?
właśnie nie wiem.
That. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending the
Hey,
Rutard?
waiter. Pour me
Besides,
some monastery
if his men
wine.
attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Ruthard, true, but in this case it really was
Well,
nothing.
thank the Lord.
Everyone in the city
No to było fajnie nalać 2 razy, ale chodzić i lać im 15 minut wino, bo musi być jakiś dialog, żeby jakiś, wiesz...
I don't think Ruthard
To
will
jest
cause
ich zdanie.
any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
O Boże, idzie ten chłop czy
Things
nie?
have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city
To
will
latam,
go
zobacz,
wild
między
and
nimi.
do whatever they
widzę.
want. I suspect
I'd like
the
some
gentleman from the
monastery
city's
wine.
sword fighting
Refill
school
my
brought
cup,
this
boy.
custom to us. That German, Menhard, is just hanging around the market looking for trouble.
Don't be ridiculous,
Sir?
Sucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself.
Don't hang
And
around
you're
me.
cute,
Vanish, you hear me?
swordsmaster, without a shred of proof.
I'm
We're not some
sorry.
old fishwives in the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished
Refill,
by the
sir.
bailiff.
Do you think
and
I come
that's
to the
that.
council just to guzzle
There are
wine?
more
Come
pressing
here!
matters to deal with.
What can I help you with?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then
Apparently settling accounts their own way.
I really...
A fine sir.
Talk of the whole town.
Lubią ich reputację i chodzenie po jakieś rękawiczki, chłopie, jakieś questy, wiesz o co chodzi. Idź po to, zrób tamto. Dawać tego Zygmunta, bo ja chcę grać w grę, a nie wysłuchiwać te bzdety.
The town council is squabbling constantly at the Emperor's
My
charge,
cup is
and no one is
empty.
left unscathed.
Pour me
And
some
you,
wine.
a councillor, let people throw dirt on our work?
A masz, play.
Everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be out of customers. Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Since there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to Mokarol mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen
Waiter!
are a
Pour me
band
some
of
monastery wine.
parasites. You pay
Jezus,
them,
nie da się tego skipnąć, naprawdę?
or report sick, and if they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Siema.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you are in the right. And as for you, Endelin, haven't you noticed there's a war going on?
Waiter!
Are
Pour me
the
red wine.
experts from Far
Yes.
supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Sir? Do you? And what would that be?
Good.
Like, for instance, that
Mody na skipowanie imersywności gry idą na 100% w przeciągu tego, nie?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
When hell freezes over, my friend, your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha!
Boy, I'd like some
I
wine.
think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself
apologize,
an
sir.
altar in the cathedral,
Which way?
just like you bought yourself a seat in
White.
this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well,
sir.
I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they
Thank you, waiter.
they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Obrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those
Ja
wrestlers
rękawicę
of
mu
their
dymnęłem.
supporters. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and blew them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Boże, nareszcie, Jezus Maria.
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Gyurcsák össze! A legjobb katonaikat, és keltjenek útra!
Jest Zygmunt, nareszcie. O kurka wodna. On go nie rozpozna, ten Markwart?
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Oho. Nie masz się czego bać, powiedział Sigmund.
Like this plan of fights!
Oj, oj, oj. Chyba się wkurzył. W tym czasie w twierdzy Raciborz. Czy Radboż. I co, i lałem wino tylko po to, żeby obejrzeć kascenkę z Bogutą? Come on, bro. Radzik. Ja, ciekawe co u Teresy. Żiszka?
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujitz parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed.
Dobra, to nie ukrywam, że nie za bardzo mnie to interesuje. Naprawdę.
What do you plan to do?
What do you think? Get drunk. I'll leave.
Do you...
Most we've had.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, maybe.
Naprawdę nie za bardzo mnie to interesuje, nie? Chciałbym zobaczyć już jakąś kascenkę, cokolwiek, bo te dysputy o alkoholu i dziewczynach to były fajne przez pierwszą godzinę gry, a tu już gramy 20 godzin, więc no...
Good. I am. I bet. But you're the front. Like.
Hey! Where's that beer?
Such
Peace out it and I'm and what
are you?
We have this you have it not
You don't. Henry, that would.
Maybe very.
Wait, from
and my and what
Don't at least he took hand.
I don't that what
enough.
for
Good.
Lechai.
Boże, nareszcie. O.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whoreson won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Co jest?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours.
I would have expected a bit more. He made an amateur's mistake. By the way, it's not a thing I have. From what I was indeed. A little. I expect we can agree. And the way it stands, we'll be waiting in the military camp of our. And see exact Sigis, he's a, and that for the plan.
Dobra,
We
super.
just you more like if we. Why? Because and. I'll give you me. I will.
Zdobądź poparcie Anny Waldenstein. Jezus, jak ja będę musiał jakieś questy robić, to będzie hit, nie?
And you might. Well, I want you. I want. Well, is that
Why? When I got on and but try you had
I would
that you want.
I'm not this.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. Whacker! I'll sort you out nicely. Did they teach you that in the seminary?
With your legs. Cover your right side. You've got a gap there I can drive a cart through.
Take that!
Stand firm.
Bad luck.
Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse. Left arm lower.
That was sneaky. Hey, who taught you that? Not bad for a priest.
Look in my eyes, not at my sword. You don't know which end of that thing is up.
Not bad for a priest.
Swing
Enough.
with your whole arm,
That will
not just
do.
your wrist.
Father,
I was, and you. So if only I thought when he wouldn't. Look, but and
that's actually
what else? All right,
only
old.
I leave up.
I don't.
You can.
Okej.
Surrounded by hawks. Job's the nightingale. It looks more like a wet head.
And that's exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
Sir Butcher.
Jobs, does that
Only.
I need.
Of course.
You can. I have. I can.
So
My if maybe perhaps.
I believe.
And
He's got.
if on me yours first. I if the king.
Zdobądź poparcie Boczka z Kunsztadu. Ja muszę z ptaszkiem zagadać teraz.
Sir Hanush.
You do?
Yep.
I'm not you.
I mean,
You with the Godwin.
oh fuck.
So, young hand, if you're sick, I'll make sure. Or you forgot. Shit.
Dobra, jest chyba git. Czekaj, zdobądź poparcie. No idę do tego Boczka z powrotem, no kurde, staram się to skipnąć jak najszybciej, żeby coś się podziało, a tu...
Sir Butcher.
So
And
then no. Here.
Co teraz? Nie, to już nie mam żadnych questów.
Godwin, we didn't have.
What?
Well, but as long.
Where?
Haven't you? No one even imagined Divish would. Godwin.
Well, I.
Or that,
Why?
you know.
May.
Dziwisz niby stworzył potomka z tą babą. A wiecie, że Henryk spał z tą szlachcianką? XD.
May I have
You unlock.
what
Are you?
Sir,
Better.
young.
He got it. Do you? There, and they. Hell.
God be with you, my friend.
XD. To będzie Henryka dziecko, co mi się tak wydaje. Coś tu jest do robienia w ogóle? Nie masz jednej typiary zaznaczonej, musisz do niej też iść jak coś. Jednej typiary, czyli której?
You're right, neighbor. That would be a waste of
O... Anny Wandelstein. Anna Wandelstein. Gdzie ona jest? Anna Wandelstein. Jest.
God be there's
God be
your
no be
Mark
to I should or that
Może on jest pijany.
I am not a
then
so
nothing. It's you
There. If you
do you have
well now
and the
just
all right.
Aldo will bring them but watch us
Co mam zrobić? Zdobądź papiery Anny Wandelstein. Podmień dokumenty w Jukach.
What brings you here? What? My goodness.
Aren't you
What's your not?
Is that so? Wine. Stop.
Aha. Jeżeli to zadziała, to będzie hit, nie?
Huh? What brings you here?
You've no business here. That's it. Go now. What's that?
I heard something. Huh. Strange. I suppose it... Yeah. Real fun.
Ale quest. Naprawdę dziwny quest, ty. Co tu się w ogóle wydarzyło? XD, no. Tyle mam do powiedzenia.
quiet
You
as agreed.
thank you.
Yes, quiet.
I'd like Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblet.
Is this
Like, tell me.
I both this
Okej, cutscenki oglądamy. Te dialogi to żygam nimi, skipiuję.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg
Rzymianie
houses are
dadzą
still
kasy.
loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
Ptaszek się żeni, widzowie, bo mój gadałem ślub.
Yitka will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Ptaszek się żeni, widzowie. Gadałem mu ślub. Boże, Ptaszek to jakby go ktoś... chodzi. Ptaszek chyba zemdleje zaraz.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Ptaszek chyba depresji dostanie. Że on się musi ożenić? Jeszcze z Judytką jakąś? Boże. Ptaszek wygląda jakby mu się życie skończyło, chłopie. Dosłownie. Tymczasem w kutemberskim ratuszu. No nareszcie wracamy. Coś się tam podziało. Co ten Zygmunt powiedział? On nic nie mówi.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole
Dobrze, że mu lałem jednak.
knows it.
Lord of Zarzyc, your insolence just cost you your place on the council and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes. Sire.
Kurde, ej. Robi się niebezpiecznie, nie?
Sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh.
Dzięki, Masny Filip.
Masny Filip 1 zostawił słupka.
You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries. They cannot be relied upon.
Staram się chodzić tyłem, może ten typ mnie nie rozpozna czy coś. Wiesz, o co chodzi?
Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wencesla's reign brought us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of it.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret.
Stary, nie wiem, może mnie nie rozpozna, nie mam pojęcia.
And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in the land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out
O
for
kurde.
Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
Otto von Berghoff wyruszył tam, gdzie jest ptaszek i wszyscy.
Once we get Oderin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of it.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Okej. Ciekawe, czy oni mnie rozkminią, nie? Ci się bawią, chleją. Uczta, co ja muszę tu zrobić? Porozmawiaj z Liechtensteinem, świętuj z gośćmi. Ja mam w dupie świętowanie z gośćmi. Gdzie jest ten Liechtenstein? Okej.
I couldn't resist it either. The sausages were forced.
Godwin! Have you lost your hearing?
Must be made in Elkin. Parish priest has quite a view. Sweaty.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our... So touching, calm. I never... True. Not a... In that case, in fuck. I've got a... Well, get his lordship is so on... To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all evening and left the rest...
You can bet on it.
I don't...
Co mam zrobić? Znajdź dzban wina.
Someone's saying something. Version went up like this. That's our region.
Wow, a nice rich bride with a fat dowry is going
the table. Isn't the notorious? Be quiet. You are as drunk as the fiddler.
No przecież zebrałem. XD? To co ja mam tu zrobić? Znajdź dzban wina.
We didn't end up like that.
Kunstadt doing without fry?
Without us so far, they'll be fine.
Come on. Finished?
Pull up your skirt, and I'll be done.
Forget it.
Co tam się dzieje?
Oh yeah.
Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us. O Angel of Christ, Holy Guardian and Protector of my soul.
Siema, Gajker.
No tomorrow. Are you surprised?
Yes. Not anger my God by
This only came here for the feast anyway.
Oh, the piglet! Fuckings for bangers. You can.
No, a bit more.
Sorry.
From cleaning.
I need help with. I mean, the ones with the.
And you're one of.
I should.
Anyway, try asking my mom. Jesus wept.
Greetings. Sorry. What? Where am I?
Why?
It's not for me.
Aha, it's Lord.
He didn't. Wait.
It's. I would.
Chyba na dół muszę zejść, nie wiem. Idę, Jolo, nie? Nie, mam wyżej to znajdować. Tu jest jakieś dzbany są.
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Dobra. Mam wracać?
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rudard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to this celebration, you old fox.
Oj. Chyba to nie on.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
O, właśnie, Bergow.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gate!
Bergow ich zaatakował, lol.
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest! Jesus! The surrender! He can't make it on his own. Stand your ground! Good! Yeah! No sparing! Yeah! Smash knocked his head! You
Mój brat chyba umarł. Co jest?
General Kubek subuje już 23 miesiące. Hejka.
Cześć generał.
Quick!
A Henryk tu przyjechał, ale jaja. I... Kto mnie pije? Ja pierdzielę, co? No, 5 osób bije na nas, a to ja nie wiedziałem. Co, ja mam to sam pokonać ich wszystkich? Zabawne nawet. W trzech go bijecie, jednego chłopa nie możecie zabić. W trzy osoby, nie? Tam Bogu ta walka wręcz. Okay.
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Oder and Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Conrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
Markvart bragged about it to Sigismund, and Sigismund promised to make him Lord of Raborsh in
When he sees what von Bergau did with it, he'll shit himself.
You find that funny? Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in corpses before you bothered to turn up.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones. They'll be afraid to even peep against Sigismund.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed everyone what's coming for all who
You want to give up now? Nobody said anything about giving up. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor...
Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until morning.
Powiedz Samuelowi i Liechtensteinowi o Gutenbergu.
Good to see you.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff...
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. Young Odorin, Anna of Volstein,
Ooh.
and several other nobles.
And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side.
We can't give up now. It would only show Sigismund that he has nothing to fear.
Exactly. This is a test, and an opportunity to show that we stand by our allies.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's womb! We need to get back to the city and warn them.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
Dobra, muszę ich poinformować. Że my będziemy ratować dzielnicę żydowską w Gutenbergu? Aż zadziwiające. Czy będę tam zapierdzielał i się bił na ulicach, bo nie mam zielonego pojęcia.
Sam?
Just tell him.
What did he talk about?
We talked about your stepfather.
Why?
It's true. I remember how I stared at your sword when we first met. Well,
what?
Co?
Pa's son? How did...
Jest synem Kowala?
His son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a... nothing. Proof perhaps that both you know, all my life, I thought if I did not give it, now that I know, I will...
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. Sigismund ordered...
The king has approved...
He's no king to me.
Do you think it's really going to be that bad?
Wake up, Henry. That rabble is capable. They would pillage their own neighbors if they...
This is what we need. Will you come with us?
I'll come.
Very well.
Let's not...
Dobra, i teraz my ruszamy do Gutenberga bronić dzielnicy żydowskiej, tak?
Thank God you're all right. On the way here I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, and I see instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't... Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course, I borrowed it to.
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele.
All right.
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming to...
Of course.
Dobra, ruszamy. Dobra, wiecie co, ja sobie tu zapiszę grę i od tego momentu będę kontynuował następnego streama i tak dalej, bla, 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 nie? Wiecie o co chodzi. Standardzi. Tu sobie po prostu zapiszę i wsiądę na ten wóz i oni będą jechać. Zobaczymy, co się wydarzy.